So we are on the third episode of UQ Holder, episode 3, the spinoff to Nagima. And I love the manga and I'm digging the anime, but this episode seems like it's rushing a lot of the material. It's rushing a lot of material and it's not doing what the manga did. It's not, like the best example is we get introduced to a couple new characters in this episode. You know, we find out more about the UQ holder and the organization a little bit more. Of course, Tota and Kuramaru have to pass a test in order to be involved. We get to know Karen a little bit more. We meet a new character named Junbei. We meet Shinobu. And her story and how Tota and her meet are so different from in the anime and then the manga. And honestly, I like what the manga did, and I'm not really liking what the anime is starting to do, and that's changing a lot. What's happened, changing the material. They're changing the material and how a lot of things are happening just to fit what they want to do in the anime, which is fine, but if the manga has the better material than what the anime is presenting, then I think they should have just stuck with the source material instead of kind of changing things up, which, I don't want to complain too much because I do like a fresher kind of, me knowing like, okay, I know exactly where the story is going, but me watching this episode, I'm like, wait a minute, that didn't happen. This didn't happen. And why would they change this to this? How Tota gets his sword was different. How Tota and Kunomaru do their test is different, and there's no weight to it when what they did in the anime to change it. So I'm just kind of like confused. I'm like, why'd you do that, and why do you have to rush a lot of things just to get to meet new characters just for these two to be in an organization? Because there's a lot of great stuff before they actually begin working for the UQ holder. So I'm just a little kind of tripping out. I'm a little bit kind of, it's I guess a nitpick, but I didn't like it. I didn't like how they did that. But overall, what I'm really enjoying is the animation. I'm enjoying Tota as a character. He's funny. He's, he's just a laid back kind of character, which I like. The humor is working in this episode. I think a lot of, especially with him and Karen, you can already tell there's a lot of just chemistry with all these characters. I'm not acting like they're real, but there's a lot of great, things they set up for these characters, and I think it's working with the humor wise. I don't think what's working though is the music. I think the OST, the music is just a little when the introduction of Tota and Yukumaru meeting Kennen and what's his name, Gorgon, the other UQ holder members, you have this music playing in the background, and I'm just like, that doesn't fit the kind of scene you're trying to do. Some of the music, even though it's nice, it just doesn't fit the series. So I'm a little hesitant on the music. Yukihime, I feel like her character's a little bit odd, a little bit different. There's a little difference between her character in the anime and the manga, which is not bad. It's funny because every time I see Yukihime, I'm just thinking of like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because that's what kind of like the animation seems like with her character or with her look. So it was great to have a little flashback to her reminiscing a little bit. I love Junbei. Junbei is an awesome character in the manga, so him being introduced is cool. I just felt like super rushed. But overall, I think the episode was good, but I was a little bit I'm a little ticked off that they really are just kind of rushing things along, and you feel that in the episode. The pacing's way too off. The pacing, it should be a little bit slowed down a little bit. I know a lot of people don't like that in their anime, but I really feel like it should have been slowed down a little bit. It can make things a lot better, and especially Shinobu and her character and how much they really changed her character and her goals. I mean, she could still have the same goals, but how her and Tota meet, I mean, I really don't like how they changed that aspect of the storytelling. So, storytelling is a little bit different from the manga. There, it has the same idea, doing the same execution somewhat, but I want to say the same execution because the execution is just not on point as the manga was. So, we'll see how it goes. Episode 3, cool. Fight scenes were great, but it's a little bit kind of rushed. So let's see how episode 4 does. And I hope it slows down. I hope it slows down and gives it a breather. But I'm feeling like the anime is going to start keep doing this, but I'm still watching and I'm still enjoying because I love Tota as a character. I think Tota, he has a lot of growth, and I want to see if if they are going to bring a lot of that material from the manga to the anime of his growth, and I'm very excited for that. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel, like the video if you like it, and comment below. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. I'm Dan Maggie Down Son. Until next time, good night.